Sibill, fintech startup raising 12 million in a Series A round from Creandum and Keen Venture Partners. Very interesting. Let's talk about the technology a little bit, and then let's talk about the investors, just to get an overview. But I found it was it's a very interesting deal for Italy because, of course, that's another great example on how to disrupt something which is very slow and painful, which is like sort of the financial and accounting administration of small and medium enterprises, especially for the fact that accountants in general, they need to really touch base with the institution, the revenue agency, the tax agency, a lot of different compliance needs, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And it's not always easy to have like a very clean workflow. So Sibyl is really trying to do that. And the purpose is really to have companies close their balance sheet in a record time, really. And well, whatever reduces pain in the world, it's good to me.
I totally agree with you. Uh, and I'm spotting a trend. So I've been seeing this trend for a while, and I call it the boring software trend. So we had Jet HR last week. We now have Sibyl, expect more of the same. So modern solutions to everyday problems for businesses. So basically boring problems, administration, accounting, finance, HR. So name one. And modern startups are solving these days, problems that were not solved before or solved with very, very, very old technology, old software coming back from the 90s, early 2000s. So this is very interesting, right?
Yeah, I mean, that kind of confirms one of the old saying, which is boring is lucrative, or some version of it. Whenever there is a boring business, is usually like a very good cash flowing business. Well, we don't see that much in the startup ecosystem, but there you go. That's actually applies in a different way on different levels. But again, it's one of these like world class rules.
I'm pretty sure that someone is stealing this, idea for setting up a fund strategy. Boring is lucrative.
That can be good. I mean, really, listener of this podcast, they're gonna steal so much stuff from us. It's unbelievable, embarrassing. It's embarrassing.
I hope so. I mean, if you do, please let us know because we would be flattered.
Awesome, awesome. All right. So just to give some metric also. So basically, Sibyl is a platform that so far is basically trying to shoot to save about 5 hours a week for the small and medium enterprise. And again, the focus is really to have real and precise impact on business owners' productivity. So that's pretty cool. One thing also that I wanted to mention is they're focusing on the accountant part of the business. The idea, yeah, is the craziness of the closing of the books and the deadlines, which in Italy they're pretty strict. And for every accountant you meet, there is always like peak season, which is what I think is twice a year, one in roughly June, and then maybe there is some other deadlines depending on the businesses. But yeah, there is always like this kind of elements happening in this kind of world. So very interesting,
I
like
would
a
say tax
proposition.
season, tax
Tax season.
season. I would say tax season. That's around this time, April, June, and a financial statement season that's a bit earlier.
Yeah,
Let's say March, April.
yeah.
So
There you
4
go.
crazy months to
There you go.
July. Mm.
Absolutely. So what is also interesting about Sibyl is the integration with Italian government agencies and banks for to really implement as much as possible the kind of workflow. Because one can think, okay, it's kind of QuickBook has done it when it comes to making accounting easier and more manageable. Well, in different countries, they have different implications and different complications as well. And Italy is one of those where the government portals are not really the easiest user interface to use ever. So that's a good way to build a layer that can actually like help with these kind of activities.